So, do you ever meet those people? The people who amaze you, the interesting ones with intriguing stories, the ones that more people should know, meet, or learn from. Well, I do, and I want to share them with you. I want us to be able to learn from each other and grow from others. So here is my new series designed just for that, showcasing some of these awesome people. I know these videos are longer, but treat it like a podcast. Listen to it in the background. Watch it with a split screen whilst you work on your passion projects. I'll link different sections in the description so you do have the option to skip parts or watch what is more relatable to you. But please take the time to listen. These people's stories are worth it. And now, I guess it's time to meet Finn Barnett.
Hey, hi, hello.
It's RebeccaMarie.
And Finn Barnett. That was so cringe. Welcome back to my channel. That was pretty good for the first take though.
Do you want to introduce who you are for people who don't know who you are?
Yeah, like just a real brief, like, hello.
Yeah.
Hey, hi, hello.
Yeah, one of those.
Sup, my name is Finn Barnett. About me, I'm just a regular guy, I guess. I'm from Auckland, born and bred. Went down to school at St. Peter's, Cambridge in the mighty Waikato. Beautiful province that I play touch rugby. I go to uni, I'm a third year student doing a business degree and a sport and exercise science degree. I have a podcast called Alan Av, which she's going to be on as well when we release this. Started up a small business called Flat Essentials, which is saving students time, money, admin, all that sort of stuff. And I think that's sort of like what I do.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I love a bit of sports, love learning, love a bit of business, love having fun with my mates. Yeah,
Nice. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, someone asked, where did we meet? Like, how do we know each other? Because it's so random.
I actually don't even know where I met you. It was through Yes.
It was the Yes thing, eh?
It was through Yes, but like I couldn't pinpoint an exact thing.
I know what it was. It was the Westpac Business Awards.
I think it was before that.
I feel like it was that because I was sitting by myself because the boys left me.
No, it was before that. I think because me and Maddie were making fun of how cute you were with a certain dude, like because you were just talking. But like nothing was actually happening.
No, that was at the Westpac Awards.
Yeah, no, that was at the Westpac Awards, but I was like...
But we'd met before that?
I thought so.
I thought it was that because I remember I sat alone because the boys went to network and then you came and sat with me because I was alone. And I was like, who's this? And then Maddie was like, oh, you met my brother.
Oh,
like,
true. Maybe it was that. Yeah, it could be.
And you just made fun of me the first time you met me. That's cool, isn't it?
Have to. Nah, yeah, I just remember you being May's little project. That's how I always think and talk about you. Whenever
so cute.
May's little project, yeah.
Fun fact about yourself. Somebody wouldn't know.
I'm pretty good at French.
That's
my go-to like random fact about me.
Okay, Ellen Av.
Ellen Av.
Yeah. Why did you do it?
Why did I do Ellen Av? Well, I actually sort of thought about podcasting for ages. Always like looked at it as content and thought it was pretty interesting and like a different way to get stuff across that was real, not mainstream. Mm-hmm. And I just liked like what you could share with it in terms of like you don't have to try content stuff. Like you can go into depth with stuff. You can like it's real cool like intellectual conversations that provide value to people. I sort of thought about it for ages and then eventually like probably last year just before lockdown actually I was like, oh bro, like I'm just gonna run with it, I'm just gonna have a crack. And so I sat down and I was like, oh, what I want this to be like, so for myself, like there's sort of like a two-pronged thing. Like the reason I do it for myself is because it develops my skills in terms of like everything you learn from the podcasting and the content sharing, and develops myself in terms of what I get from other people and other people's experiences. It's really cool because it builds my network. It's really cool because it's conversations with people I wouldn't necessarily have or meet. That's why I do it for myself, and like I can always pick up stuff from other people for whatever I'm doing, whether it's the business or just like life and whatnot. The reason I do it and share it with other people is it puts me out of my comfort zone. It also builds my brand that could potentially become something that like I do as part of like an income stream in the future. And it's like the main thing like for other people is it like gives them value, you know, like every single episode like you could listen and you could be like, oh, like that's really cool what that person's doing, or oh, that little tip they said about this thing is like really interesting, you know. So just give a bit of entertainment, bit of education, bit of value, you know.
True.
That's why I do it for myself and why I do it for others.
And did you get the idea to want to do it?
I didn't really know about podcasts and I randomly came across one, don't know how, got into them, because I was like, yo, this is me. It was actually when I was strawberry picking. So
Oh,
one summer
okay.
I was strawberry picking, and I was like, bro, I need something to do while I'm out in these fields, literally like slaving away, like picking strawberries. And I found like this podcast by Ty Lopez, like interesting character, but pretty all good podcast. And I was listening to those, and I was like, oh, this would be cool to try for myself, because I always think about things and want to try things. But I sat on it for a year, and then last year, just before lockdown, that was when I was like, okay, I'm actually gonna punch this, because I think this is where content's gonna go. And then literally a month after I started doing it, like every man and their dog made a podcast, and
True.
podcasting is a thing now.
Easier or harder than you thought it was going to be?
Oh, about the same.
Okay.
Like, I sort of prepped myself for the fact that if I was gonna do this, I would do it, not like day in, day out, but like I was gonna stick to it for a year.
Okay.
And then see where I was at, so
Sick.
more or less, sort of what I expected, but sometimes it's way harder, like when things happen you can't control, and then you stress out about it.
Yeah.
But I'm working on that. Working on the whole stress thing.
What's the end goal for LNAV? Like, after your year of doing it, what do you want to get out of it?
What I want to get out of it is all the reasons why I do it. So that's sort of like an intangible thing, but for myself, like I want to build a network, build my brand, build my skill set, build my knowledge. For the other people, I want to help do the same for them. But I have like little milestones and stuff, so like I set myself like a download count, or like a watch count, or like a follower count, and I break that down and I like work towards that, and I think, okay, how can I meet this? Like, what do I need to do to meet this? Like, I've just done like a big year one, and then I break it down to like, okay, well, this is what it works out as per episode or whatever. So like I said, like for example, I like set one of my goals and then I hit it in 6 months, not a year, and it wasn't like a crazy big goal. I was like, oh, cool, alright, well now I've got to level up from that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if I hit this, then I've got to actually, you know, I'm going to double that in the same period, you know.
It's sick when you can do that though. Okay, what's your favourite thing about doing it? Like, you have all the reasons you do it, but like, what's the best one?
Oh, I love it all, eh? Nah, that's a cop-out answer. That's a cop-out
No,
answer.
come on, you gotta
That's
have
an easy
something
way
that's
out.
really good, yeah.
Oh, I love the chat, eh?
Okay.
I love the chats. Like, it's just good yarns.
I don't know what I was expecting. I didn't think you were gonna say that.
I could have seen like a million one things, but the first thing that came to my head that just stay around without me like sitting here awkwardly while your camera records is like, it's good chats. Like, I wouldn't have these if I didn't do this.
Yeah, true.
At the core of everything of the podcast, it's like conversations.
I probably wouldn't even catch up. Like, maybe I'd see you and Maddie, like,
Yeah, like
but I've
randomly.
hardly even seen Maddie whilst I'm here. So then I was like, I probably wouldn't see you, but now we can have like a full-on catch-up, but whilst both getting content out of it. It's too good. So that is stuff we'd probably talk about anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Just being recorded. Just like potties, you know? It gives you a chance to... Yeah, that would be my favourite thing, is that, like, in terms of the conversation, it gives you a chance to dive way deeper than you ever would.
Yeah.
Like, all those people, and I say it, I think I say it probably every, like, 3 episodes that I put out. I'm like, I love this, bro, because we would never talk about this. I would never come and talk to you for 40 minutes, dive deep about, like, life.
Yeah, you just have, like, the brief, like, oh, how's the business going? How's the...
Like,
and
it's
that's it.
like people that are, like, that have come on, like, some of them are really good mates, but, like, we haven't, you know, sat
Yeah, that's
down
actually
like that.
sick.
So that's my favourite thing. Deep combos.
Flat Essentials, why?
Because the halls pissed me off.
Okay.
Yeah, the halls sucked. Like, the AUT ones are self-catered, so...
Oh, yeah.
Shout out AUT. I actually like AUT sometimes, most of the time. But the halls, like, you move in and you get put with 4 people you don't know, and like there's none, like there's no like anything to start, like there's no toilet paper in there.
When you
like,
start?
Yeah, there's no tea towels. Obviously that's an initial problem. But then ongoing, like you then have to sort out with your flat, like okay, each week, and this then becomes a thing for like other people who flat or other students who flat. It's like you got to organise. Okay, like well, we've got to go get this stuff. Like someone's got to go get it from the supermarket, or like we've got to organise to split the payment, or we've got to like you know. And so I was just like, oh, that's like a problem that could be solved. Like it's annoyed me for a year. And so I like just wrote it down, tucked in the back of the idea book, back of the scrapbook, and then a competition came up at AUT, and it was like enter your idea and get $250, 40 prizes to be won. And I was like, okay, I can like not even 10 people will enter this competition, so I will put mine in and I'll get a guaranteed 250. And then I got it, and then like I brought in Daniel, and then we just sort of got told to keep going. The competition, we kept going, we did well. And then they told us that we wouldn't do well as a business. And so then we went back home that night and we were like, nah, they suck. They're full of it. We're going to make this a business. Just kept grinding. Problem to be solved. People to be proven wrong, I guess.
Nice.
So like that was why we started doing it, and then like why we kept doing it as well.
That's cool.
We have too much pride to give up, which is a good thing in business, I reckon.
And then you can go back to that person and be like, hey.
Yeah, so I'm going to make Flat Essentials like at least a 6-figure business, if not $1 million. And I'm just going to go find the judges. I'm just going to like shake their hand and be like, oh, how you been? Like,
and they'll be like,
so good to see you. And I'll be like, oh, I just thought I'd tell you were wrong, like, about Flat Essentials. Yeah.
It'll feel so good.
Yeah, like,
nice.
Yeah. And I'm going to sponsor the competition that we...
Hey, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Those are going to be my 2 like petty things I do.
I feel like that's the best thing to do though, like when it's like haters who are like high up, and like when we get to like that level that they're at and you don't shut people down like that, like it's like...
Exactly.
Especially when it's not like a stupid idea.
Yeah.
Like us at the thing we did for Young Enterprise, like we hardly shut down anybody at that idea thingy.
We were
and some of those were like random.
Yeah.
We did like the Kickstart days for Young Enterprise. Oh, there's a vlog on it.
Are you doing it this year?
No, I'm back in Welly.
Oh, true.
I wanted to.
I guess I'll hold down the fort then.
Yeah, let me know how it goes.
I could just get you on the FaceTime and just...
I think you should. Be like, this one's on for Rebecca. What's the future like for Flat Essentials?
Should we go this year?
Yeah, I reckon.
So I'm trying to get AUT to become like a customer so that we can straight away solve that problem in their halls with that initial move in. So that's one thing that I'm trying to do and I want to get going. And then we've just changed our business model to a membership model. So at like the immediate future is getting that feature up on the site so that people can like make an account and like pay for the account to get like their deals and stuff. And then over this year it'll just be trying to get users, like trying to get as many people on board as possible. So like pushing the marketing, like influencer marketing or ambassador marketing, and then I don't know, like giving free accounts away, or just trying to like obviously nail the product and the delivery, like nail the product, nail the supply chain and the logistics, and then get users and grow.
Sick. Make it more of like a household thing.
Yeah.
How did you get an intern? That's so
How did
cool.
I get an intern?
I feel like people need to know that you guys have an intern. That's just
we got
cool.
this intern. He's I actually think he's going to leave us shortly because he's going back into uni. So yeah, we put a Q&A thing up, and like one of the boys, like just random person, was like, oh, do you guys do interns? And me and Daniel sort of like saw the question, we're like, yeah bro, like imagine if we had interns, it'd be so cool. And then we talked about it and we were like, wow, actually like it would actually be pretty cool to get interns, because AUT especially, students have to do like a co-op or a placement.
Oh yeah.
So you have to do a placement anyways, and I was like, imagine if we as a student business from AT could get other AT students like real experience by working for us.
Yeah, that's cool.
And like you'd get to do way more in a small startup like ours rather than, you know, a big business where you go and make coffee and print stuff.
Yeah, true.
So we were like, okay, yes, like if anyone ever wants to do that, hit us up. I don't know if the dude like saw us, followed us, saw that highlight on our story, because we highlighted that on our page like with the whole Q&A, or whether he just randomly, but I got like a message from him on LinkedIn and he's like, hey bro, like my name's James, like this is what I do, I seen your business and I was wondering if you do like internships, like sort of unpaid internships, because I'm really keen to like come in and do some stuff with the business. Like I think what you guys are doing is really cool. I think I could help with this. And I was like, Daniel bro, this dude wants to come for free and he wants to get experience and he wants to develop himself, and I reckon I can help him do that. I reckon we can help him do that. I reckon we've got a place for him here. What do you reckon? He's like, is it free? I was like, yeah dude. He's like, yeah, safe. And I was like, yeah, beauty. And so James has done like an awesome job with a whole heap of things, like the new logo and stuff on the site. All of that is from him. Me and him have bounced like quite a few of the marketing ideas back and forth together, and it's just been cool. Like he's added a whole heap of value in terms of like the marketing and
That's actually cool.
the designy, brandy like sort of stuff.
The fact that it's like free as well, it's like of course you're gonna do it.
Yeah,
like you'd be dumb not to.
But I did tell him, and I told Daniel too, I was like, as soon as we can afford to pay him, like I would fully pay him. And I made sure personally, because like I don't want to be the dude who just took advantage. Like I made sure that when he came in, I was like, okay, well, what do you want to get out of this? what can I help you get out of this? And so we put in things in place and check-ins in place to make sure that he was developing and make sure he was reflecting and
not just doing like random
and
things.
not just coming in and doing stuff and not thinking about all the things he was
That's
learning. Yeah, so I like made sure that it wasn't just a you come and work for me. It's a you come, you have a really good experience, you get hands-on experience, and like you upskill and develop yourself and get stuff for whatever you need. What she's done so far. So I think it's been a win-win for both of us.
And you can see him an intern. That's just so cool.
Yo.
Like that is so cool.
Tough, eh?
Now we're into like business and motivation / the hustle, which is like kind of two sections. But I'm just gonna give you all the questions.
Alright.
Do you prefer going alone with a business or having a business partner?
Depends on what the business is.
Okay.
But I personally like the idea of a partner as long as they buy in and they're giving you value, because it makes you accountable. So for me, like, I'm like real fast paced. Like I'll think of something, I'll do it, and I'll move to the next thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like Flat Essentials is a perfect example. I probably would have given up on it and just not like given up because I like was like I can't do this, but I was like I would have just got bored of it.
Yeah.
Like throughout the course of the last 18 months, I've had so many ideas that like I might have gone after, but because I've got Flat Essentials and I've got a business partner, I'm like accountable to it. I can't just drop it and run. Yeah. So I think probably with a partner.
Tips for anyone starting or want to start a business?
I'm not gonna go with the typical just do it because like it's just really a no-brainer. But in terms of just doing it, I would probably go about, rather than like setting up an Instagram and like a site, unless like business dependent, like I would go and find customers and just straight actually start testing it and like testing your idea, and then start to be like, okay, this is actually a viable idea, like this is actually gonna work, let me start doing something with it. Or even just go and talk to potential customers, because I think you can gauge a lot from there. Like a lot of people who start a business these days are like, I'm gonna start a business, so they do all the things that they think is running a business. Like again, like I probably sound like I'm attacking social media. Social media is a really good tool. Like it's a really good tool. Like you can fully build a business off it. But just purely for the sake of this, because the first thing that comes to my head is like people go and they're like, okay, let me make an Instagram, or okay, let me go make a site, or okay,
a logo and stuff.
Yeah, let me go make like a logo and a really cool like business card for myself.
Yeah.
Like those are just like pretty standard examples, but people do that and they're like, yeah, I'm doing a business, I'm running a business. It's like, no, you're actually running somebody else's business. Like
you're doing like graphic design stuff.
Yeah, like you're paying other people's businesses like for like a logo, like this is a bad example, but yeah, I just go straight and just be like, okay, I want to sell boxes of household goods, let me go talk to flats, let me go be like, okay, well, like what are the things you like need, or like go and like learn your customer, go and learn your market, learn like the little gap in how you can solve it, build it up, go from there. Makes me sound like I'm real onto it, like I'm genuinely not, but like
that's actually
just,
like so smart. I haven't even thought about that. Yeah, like you obviously need the other stuff, but
you definitely do need the other stuff, and all the other stuff comes, but
not as important at the beginning.
Like if you're starting a business, not like if you're trying to start a brand, like if you're starting a business, and you want to make money, like you're not going to make money by like getting 200 followers.
So true.
You're going to make money by,
especially if it's also just like your friends on your socials as well, because the first 200 are like your mates. Like
you're going to make money by going to a market and selling like your handmade earrings, and you're going to sell 5 of them, and then they're going to tell their friends, and then they're going to come back and they're going to sell 10 of them,
Yeah.
Like that's how you start.
The other business ventures that you've tried, these are in one of his podcasts, so if you want like the full spiel about his journey with business, go listen to that. I'll put it somewhere on the screen.
Oh yeah, actually
yeah. I was listening to that one the other
like
day.
My business.
It was like one of the first ones.
Some of them, I'm never gonna take them down, but some
no, not gonna lie though, they're good though. I was like, that's so interesting.
I think I cringe at some of them, and then I like listen to them, I'm like, oh, they're actually like not that bad.
Yeah, no, like I like actually enjoyed it because I like skip your sports ones, and then I'm like, where are the business ones in there?
Yeah, the best. Well, good value. Yeah, not bad. LNF, babe.
Yeah, obviously has value, guys.
One of my favorite things is that like there's this chick, Sarah, the One Up Project. She like, unless she's just actually like being fake as, but like I don't think she is. She like says she genuinely like likes my podcast, and I crack up because she's like 20 times bigger than me.
No, they are cool.
Like way bigger, and she's like, I love your podcast. I'm like, oh, that's so funny. Like, thank you so much.
It's like a celebrity.
You're like a podcast celebrity, like, oh my god.
That's so cute. No, they are good. They are good. Maybe back yourself now.
Back yourself, eh?
That's the brief, and then they can go watch the potty if they want details.
The OG one is selling icebox, so I would like go and buy like icebox, freeze them, sell them for more, like make 10 times my money. That was my pocket money, like at boarding school in the summers. I've done like hats, which was like a big box. It was actually cool, like cool designs, but I had no clue, idea what I was doing with the actual hats themselves.
What are you working on at the moment, and or next project, if you can share?
Well, Flair St. Jules is like what I'm working on. Alan Ave is what I'm working on. This is the next season of that. So like by the time this comes out, I probably will have recorded like the first round of episodes. But over the next 2 weeks, so this is at the end of Jan now, I'm gonna be getting like all the interviews and stuff done. There's also like, there's like another few ideas I have, but I don't know if I want to like say them because I don't know if I'm gonna work on them yet.
Fair.
And I would hate to say them and then like work on them and then someone does it too.
I reckon just don't say it. I reckon don't risk it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, but one of them involves touch.
Okay.
One of them involves books.
Oh, now I want to know what it is. Wait, that's interesting. Okay, well,
interesting.
heard the little sneaky part of it first.
Interest peak.
Oh, what got you into business? Like, I know this, but they don't.
Do you? What would you say got me into business?
You said it in the
podcast.
podcast.
I don't remember anything.
You were like, because I grew up with my dad around, and he.
Oh yeah. That's probably it. Yeah. I think that's what I would have said.
Okay, good. I was about to be like, I got it wrong, and that was gonna be really embarrassing.
Someone could be like, wow, I really love what you said in that podcast. And I'm like, thanks, bro. I got no clue what I said, eh? Like, someone's even said that before. They're like, bro, like, I really love what you said in that podcast about a thing. And I was like, what? And they're like, oh, how you said that? And I like couldn't remember, but I was like, oh, yeah, bro, shut up. I'm sitting there in my head like, what did I say? Like,
I feel like also that when you're like filming content all the time, they kind of just merge together. You're like, oh, I'm in front of the camera, it's a video. Like people will like tell me stuff and I'm like, I vlog it and I still can't remember which vlog that part was in.
I'll switch on for the camera, I'll do whatever I'm talking about, and then as soon as I switch off, I'm like,
yeah, it's just like a whole heap of like content. That's it.
Yeah. What was the question?
Oh, what got you into business?
Yeah, the old man. Probably just being around the business atmosphere the whole time, and then sort of seeing other people out there doing it. Like as I got older, sort of like I was like, bro, like I don't want to work a 9-to-5 job. Like that's boring. Like I want to work on stuff that I want to work on and get rich as. Be cool and do cool stuff. So.
Thoughts on going into press?
Pretty dope. Would definitely recommend if you're at school. 100%. Biggest regret ever that I didn't do it at school, but it's all good.
Did you get offered to at school?
Yeah, it was at my school. I just didn't realise, and I didn't know about it.
That sucks.
And then I left school and I was like, bro, why didn't I do this at school? This is me. But like, to be honest, I'm kind of glad. Like, everything in my life has happened for a reason. But like, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
To do that. Yeah.
Where would the world be without COVID, or where would you be without COVID right now?
True.
Some people had really good questions. I was like, I would never have
Did someone actually ask this?
Yeah, my mates asked that.
For me? Who? What? One of your friends? I can't think of anyone of my mates that would ask a sophisticated question like that. You've stumped me. Well, where I would be without COVID is, I know last year I would have gone over and like debuted for my country.
Oh yeah.
So I would have had that whole experience. And I would have been able to go to my brother's wedding. Like it ended up getting cancelled because of everything. But I would have like been able to go over there last year and go like do a trip around Europe.
Oh yeah, I forgot you and Maddie were gonna.
Yeah, we were gonna do a whole thing like that. Those were like the only two things that really affected. Like uni was the sort of same. Like you know, maybe I wouldn't have been pushed to release the podcast as fast. Maybe I would have sat on it and been too nervous to do anything with the chats that I recorded before it. But those were the two things that I sort of missed out on. And obviously now it's going to impact me not playing this year as well. But where the world would be without COVID, I don't know. It's interesting. There's a lot of things that you can think about. I
feel like it's kind of hard because I think that it would be worse for the planet because I feel like it's kind of made people look more like global warming and stuff.
Fully has.
So I think that we would have just gone like full steam ahead with everybody killing the planet a lot more. Like it's not good now, but it's better than it was. So I reckon that's one thing that I think
But it's definitely like been a wake up call, I think.
Yeah, and I think like without that then we wouldn't have obviously had that. But I can't really think of anything else. Like you can't really, like everything just would have continued going forwards, would it not? Like it just would have continued as it was.
I have to say one thing just purely because I did that Sharesies episode yesterday, so it's like fresh in my head. I don't think as many Kiwis would have like started investing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like Sharesies was always gonna boom, like it was always gonna pop
But
at
it really
some
didn't.
point. But last year was just like,
I messed up so bad. I put in $6 because I just wanted to learn how to use it. And I only put $6 in it, and I did it when it was like a good time to do it. And I put it into this like sustainable infrastructure thing, and now it is doing so well. And it just keeps on going up now, and I'm like,
time in the market beats timing the market, mate. You're better to just start investing in steadily than try to time it. It's impossible to time it.
I stitched it up so bad though. Like that would have been just such a good time. Like when I look at it, I'm like $6. Why would I only do $6? Like what part of my brain? I probably only had $6.
Not even like $5 though. Like you didn't even invest $5. You were like, oh, hold up, real quick. Let me put in like $6.30 into my share.
Yeah, hard. What the heck? It's
like
so
I've
funny
invested
story.
random accounts like that before, but that's because I've exited out of a stock and then used that exact cash to buy into another one.
Oh, okay.
Like so I might like sell it for like $172.30, and I'll just take all that money and put it into like a, you know?
I reckon that like student life, I literally only had $6 to spare. Like that was probably like my life story for the week.
What'd you do with your $6? Oh, it's just bought fun. You know?
Real random though. Out of everything you do, what's your proudest?
In my life or like of those things?
Anything.
I don't know. I feel like if I was gonna go up to like a more person that I didn't really know, I'd probably say about like touch, like being alright at touch. Probably what I'd talk about. But like one of my biggest ones is like I'm pretty proud that I think I'm an all good role model for my like little nephew.
Aww.
Yeah, and like that I'm a godfather and stuff. Like I've got a little goddaughter, Kaale, beautiful little Bella. Yeah, she's pretty cute.
That's so cute.
Yeah, like. I think I'm a good role model to my nephew, and that's one of my proudest things.
That was really, really wholesome. That was
wholesome,
really
yeah.
wholesome.
Yeah, try to be.
If you had to stop, you know, I'm gonna take touch out of this because I feel like you just
I would
keep
drop
doing touch.
everything except for touch.
Yeah, so
That's an
I'm
easy
taking
answer.
touch out because I think that's way too easy.
Damn, because you sent me that one and I knew
Yeah.
as soon as I was like, I'll drop everything.
As I'm like reading that, I'm like, that's
if
far too
there's
easy.
ever like a conflict, touch. Like it could be anything, touch.
Let's see how easy that is for you. Okay, so if you had to,
There's never done in my mind.
touch is an option. Okay, you can do touch and one other thing.
Yeah.
What is the one other thing?
Out of what I do at the moment?
Yeah.
Ooh. Uni gone. Job gone. That's between L&M and Flat Essentials. Oh, true. Well, see, that's niggly, right? Because
technically Flat Essentials could run without you.
Flat Essentials could technically run without me.
Like,
so
it could
I would
still
go
go.
L&M because that's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You look kind of sad.
Yeah, nah, I'll do it all. Manage your time being so busy.
We get it, your eyesight is way better than mine. You're way further away. That's so sad.
And you have glasses on your poor thing.
I know, it's awful. Okay, well, there you go.
Top tip for managing my time is having a diary.
Okay.
Straight up.
Do you use Google Calendars?
No.
Do you do all your time planning on
man.
paper?
I told you I'm a
But what about like appointments and stuff?
diary? I literally have
Wait, do you have one of those like ones that has like the day and the...
a diary.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought you meant you
whenever
just
my
wrote your
life,
ideas out.
yeah, I have. So I got like a
Yeah.
book for that.
And then
So
you have
I
a
always
diary.
have my book on me and my diary. I'm
Right
not
there.
consistent with it, but like when my life gets stressful, when I have like a few weeks of hectic stuff, I just live by my diary.
Oh, okay. Morning routine. Does it set the tone for the rest of your day?
Yeah, fully. What I do for my morning routine, it kind of chops and changes at the moment because like sometimes I work in the morning like super early. But I'll talk about my ideal morning routine, which is what I'm working towards, which is wake up sort of like 5:30 to 6:30, give or take. I'm an early bird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's early.
Well, like I worked this morning, I was up at 4 in the morning, and I worked at 4:30.
Oh my god.
My ideal morning routine would be like up at 5:30 or up at 6:30, sort of give or take, like up early-ish, and then I'm working on doing this new thing that I'm calling my like tos. So like in the day, like I always have like this is what I need to do, like towards my goals that I'm working towards, like you know, go uni, and it's always like I need to do this, I need to do this, and I want to do more of the stuff. Like I need to like make sure I'm like, you know, I want to do this, so I'm gonna do it. So I've got my like tos. So what I've actually just started doing. So I wake up, so I like do. This is actually gonna sound cringe as, because I like. This is cringe as, but this is what I do, and I'm being honest. wake up, read. I'm doing 5 minutes on like Duolingo, the app, language app, because I'm trying to like just keep current with French. And then read, and then like I'm gonna say meditate, but like saying that sounds cringe. But just like clear my head and just try like have nothing in it for a few minutes, and then like speak stuff into existence, you know?
Yeah.
But a manifest thing. And then after that, yeah, that's like done. Like just real quick, like 20 minutes, like just me time, do stuff I want, and like exercise and brekkie. Yeah, that's sort of like my morning routine. Otherwise, like what I usually do, like if I'm being honest, like before I've just started doing this, is like I sort of wake up, I like go on my phone, check my noties, and then sort of get up, make my bed, and then do what I'm doing for the day. Like have brekkie and then start my day.
Yeah.
Always eat brekkie, I never skip it.
How do you balance living and working, like social life and earning money and stuff?
Did you write that?
No.
About to say, you need to work on your mate. I think there's a lot more time in the day than people think. Like people waste a lot of time.
Yeah, true.
Like I do it all most of the time. Sometimes one of the things that I do will drop because like I'm doing the other stuff, but majority of the time like I can fit it all in. It just means I don't ever like muck around. It means I don't like sit down and waste like 4 hours watching Netflix in the middle of the day, like because I'm doing something. Like it's just instead of mucking around, like I'm working on stuff that I want to work on. So like I'm doing stuff I want to anyways. Like don't get me wrong, every now and then I'll go down a hole and I'll like watch a series or two, and like that'll be my like nice bit of relief. But you know, if you get up early and you do stuff and like you train, then you go to uni, and then your downtime you work on a couple like key things you need to do for your business. If you work smart and efficiently, like the potty, like I'm going to record all my episode, like 10 episodes at a time, because I know that my workload will get hectic when uni starts. So instead of having to rush around and record once a week, like I'll have 10 stocked up where I can just like, wherever I am, I can just spend like 4 hours or like 3 hours chopping it up, uploading it. Done, you know, like so.
I feel like if you plan enough stuff into your day that you like have something to do after everything, then like you're not gonna want to sit down. And
like deep work as well, like doing deep work. It's like I like try work real efficiently, and then when I do work, like it's hard, concentrated, like real efficient, real effective, like heaps of work in a short time, like productive. Yeah.
True. We're gonna do some random questions that don't really have a category right now. There's 3 of them. First one is, who is his favourite sibling? In brackets, or at least sister.
My favourite sister is definitely Maddie.
Nice.
She's gonna watch that and be like, no, Ratchet. Yeah, she knows. She knows.
Do you know who Tiger Houston is?
Yeah.
Oh, do you? Okay, do you know who Lockie Sim is?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I was like looking and I couldn't figure out if you guys knew each other. How did you become so handsome? Is from the pigs. And Lockie says, why is he so beautiful? I thought you were just like mad attractive and like people who didn't know you were like obsessed with you.
No. Thanks, you two cuties. Do you want me to answer it, or can I just...
I reckon that you have to answer it. They did ask. And if you had 2 people asking the same thing, it's the diet.
Just eating chocolate.
Yeah.
Ben & Jerry's, that's how you get a 6-pack, Ben & Jerry's.
Okay, so touch questions. Also, I didn't make these up, these are from people, okay? Like, I don't know this much about touch. How often do you train?
During the season at the moment, so at the moment I'm probably training about like 2 trainings a week and sometimes a game. So there's like 3, and then outside of that I train like every day. It's probably like 8 to 10 times a week, I would say. I'm not doing like real strenuous training at the moment, like because I'm like last year, for example, during the Premier Touch League, like the PTL, like I was training twice a day, like Hasu. Like, and
that is so much. And
I just like blew up, and I got to the first camp for NZs, and like my hammies were just average the whole time, like they were just wrapped up like literally like a mummy. Damn. And I was like, and I was talking to the coach, and he's like, you know, like it's not like you're not fit enough. It's like you've worked yourself too hard, and now you've come here and you're blowing out. So now I'm trying not to train like as hard or as much, and just focus on the quality.
Fair.
Anywhere from like 7 to 10 times a week.
What did you do at camp on the weekend?
Weekend just being, I was pretty lucky to go to the New Zealand like sort of open men's trial camp. So this year, unfortunately, because of COVID, outside of our control, we're unable to go and versus Australia in the Trans-Tasman Test Series.
Would that be like now?
No, it'll be end of April.
Okay.
It was supposed to be end of April last year too. So I'm actually yet to debut at the top side level, which is pretty gutting. But
that's
like,
really unlucky timing.
yeah,
especially last year's
like
one,
I just just made it as well, but all good. When it's time, and I'll be ready if I get the opportunity. But yeah, so they're doing like a sort of a domestic test series instead, which will be like sort of 2 teams of 16 against each other, so just the best of the best in New Zealand. And so I was pretty lucky to get a chance to go along to camp, and we sort of got in Friday night, like got to see all the boys, which is mean, haven't seen them in ages. We've had like a briefing of the weekend and had like a drug-free talk on like all the doping and whatnot, and then had a talk from like Junior, who's a pretty cool strength and conditioning coach for the Warriors. So he came and had a yarn to us about like training and nutrition and stuff. Got up Saturday morning, had fitness testing, so we started the day with a bit of brekkie, and then we had our Bronco, so we got split into groups. My group did the Bronco first. For those of you who don't know what a Bronco is, it's a shuttle test, so you go 20 metres and back, 40 metres and back, 60 metres and back. You do that 5 times, no breaks. Yeah. You do it as fast as you can. So like a good time is like, if you can get under 5, it's like a pretty all good time. And then we did a sprint test, like over 20 metres, like through the speed gates. So like you go through and like it like flashes as you go through. Like, yeah, pretty fancy.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. And I got like an alright time. So I was pretty happy with that too. So that was the testing. And then had a little bit of a break. And then we got into a couple of skill blocks, and then we played games in the afternoon, just went up against each other, which was really cool. And then in the evening, bit of dinner, chill out time, threw a surprise birthday party for our manager because some of us couldn't be there.
That's cute.
Which was pretty cool. And then just hung out, play games, got up Sunday morning, brekkie, and then a big conditioning session. So on Sunday we went up this massive hill, and it was just hill sprints.
That sounds awful.
And then we got told to jog back to camp, and then straight away as soon as we got to camp back there from where we were, it was like, alright, boots on, let's go, hurry up. And so then it was a block of yarding, or like transitioning, or just it was like a block under fatigue, like decision making under fatigue, which is really cool. And then we played games, and then finished up around lunchtime and did our boot sizing with ASICs, and then wrapped up the camp and went home. It was a pretty comprehensive.
So
I loved it. I loved camp so much. It was so good to be back there.
It would have been so hot as well.
Yeah, it was hot on Saturday. Sunday was kind of like overcast, but that's all we did at camp.
Nice. Biggest moment for you in touch?
There's 2. The first one was when we beat Australia last year. It was one of the proudest moments of my life. Like dead ass. Like if anyone is watching this and knows about touch, like you'll know why. Like that moment was like everything for me.
Okay.
Like the final hurdle went, and it was literally a game. It wasn't even a series. And I just like stood there in amazement and just like soaked it in. That was really special. And the second one was when I got called by coach last year, and he told me that I made the team for the NZ men's. Sucked because we didn't get to play, but still really special that I knew that I was sort of in there to play.
So, where to next with touch?
Keep on taking over, I guess.
Yeah.
Just trying to improve. Obviously, my like sort of next big thing is like the World Cup in 2023, which I want to be in. So just working hard to try stay in that sort of that level of touch over the next few years and compete for that spot.
Surely COVID's gone by then.
Yeah, hard. Hopefully, it definitely will be. It'll be sweet. We'll definitely play the World Cup, manifest it.
Yeah.
And obviously, in a month or two, next month there's nationals, and the month after there's the domestic thing. So there's those things, but yeah. Sort of long term is building up to the World Cup and just trying to steadily tick away at my game and improve in a few areas and take care of the body and just become better and better and better and be the best.
Be the best.
Work towards it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sick. Why do you enjoy it so much?
Oh, I love it, I always loved it as a kid. Like our rugby team would play it on the Friday nights in the summer, and then went to school, just started playing it like as a summer sport because that was just what I did in the summer. And then made like the top team like when I was year 10 with my mate, and then we just got told to go trial, and I just like loved it and sort of became a habit. And then I couldn't play rugby anymore, and I was like, well, what am I gonna do? And I was like, oh well, I might just like, that was sort of when I started making rep teams for touch. I was like, oh, I might just try like go hard on this touch thing.
That's cool.
And then I'm just like, it was never like a switch. It was always like touch was always a thing, and I always loved it. And I just got opportunities to play at high levels and improve myself, and then I just kept taking them, and yeah, that's why I just love it. Yeah,
sick.
It's pretty cool.
That's actually cool. What age did you start doing it?
Well, like if you talked about like the little kiddie stuff, like it was when I was like 5 or 6.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah,
That's
still got
awesome.
some of my tees.
That's so cool. Why don't you think touch is a professional right now?
Is that from the stories?
Yeah.
Why do I not
didn't
think
even know
touch
that
is
was a thing.
professional? I think that it's got to gain a bit more traction, which I think it's doing. I think it was gaining a lot of traction pre-COVID. Like for whoever's asked that, talking to you now, you probably will have seen that there was the NRL touch competitions. You've seen that Premier Touch League in New Zealand has started. So you're starting to see a lot more resources and effort go into the high performance side of things with touch. And as that happens, and as it gains popularity, and as people start to think, hey, this is a cool sport, I want to watch that, and you get more people watching the top level stuff, that's when the money comes in and the sponsors come in. And I think over the next sort of 3 to 5 years, that'll happen without a doubt to become professional in some shape or form.
Cool. That went right in my head, I'm like, nice. Why do you think touch in New Zealand and Australia is more developed than the rest of the world?
It's a really good question. I don't know. I just know that Aussie's like the hub of touch. New Zealand is the next best thing, and it's sort of spread out from there to like the islands, and England and USA have picked it up. But I don't know why. Actually, well, touch comes from NRL, from league, and league is massive in those two countries. So I think that's why.
Cool. Maxi Rickson?
Max Erickson.
Oh, okay, well, you're not good at that. Said, if I drop him, will he give it straight back?
No way, boy. I'm scooping, taking it myself.
That went right over my head, but okay, nice.
No, I'll give it back to him, maybe.
What does that even mean?
It's like, yeah, like if, like in touch, you get touched, so you plant the ball, and then the person who picks it up can't get touched, or they hand it over. So like, obviously, like, give it straight back. Unless you're like gonna scoop or like do something, or like, you know, dummy them and go for it. So that's like,
so
that's
if you
basically
give it, wait, so if you give it back, it's
that's
like it's
that's
nice.
basically me being like, Max, you suck.
Oh.
I'm taking it myself.
Nice. We're like the translation afterwards for everybody else.
Max is my mate though. I'm not just being rude. It's just chat.
I feel like they get that part.
Surely.
Okay. Well, do you have anything you want to add?
Yo, follow Essentials and follow Alan if you're the man.
And you, or?
Yeah, me if you want.
just if
I'm
you
sure
want.
it'll be in the bio somewhere. Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of the video, so thank you, Finn, for coming on, and yeah.
Can't wait to do it then. Bye!
Bye.
So you need the old do not disturb on there.
I know. We've already been filming for 4 minutes and all we've done is an intro.
Cross collabs and whatnot.
Yes. This is
Not like that. You'll think of it. And then after that.
Oh! Got it.
Here we are!
Sorry about it. Okay. Add the ones I haven't added from Insta. Done. Get a gram-worthy pic for promo.
Wait, why don't you just like go up a font?
Can you do that?
I don't know, can you? Am I doing alright?
Yeah, this is good. Is that my mood board?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Vibes there.
I was just admiring that actually.
And I feel like I've pressured you to compliment it. I
Nah,
should have
yeah,
waited the extra 5 seconds.
like literally like 1 split second I was about to say, and then you're like, oh, do you like mine?
Oh, damn.
I feel like I should have a. Oh! Wait, so what is it?
Hey, hi,
Hey.
hello, hello.
Hey, hi, hello, hello. So do I say it's ItsRebeccaMarie and?
You ready?
So we'll be like, hey, hi, hello. Hey, hi,
Yeah.
hello, hello. It's.
Yeah.
And.
3, 2, 1. Wait, no, okay.
Oh. Get
Wait,
on
I